Happy Friday, friends. I am so glad you're here. This is Friday, January 13th, 2023. And we are on 2 weeks in a row with this newsletter. And my goal really is to be super consistent this year. So here we are, week 2. As I was thinking about what to talk about on this, I thought I would maybe explain a little bit about what I wrote in the post below in this newsletter on my visit to the Dachau concentration camp memorial site back in September. And I have really struggled to put words to that experience. I've been captivated by World War II for as long as I can remember. I've read probably over 100 books on it, honestly. And every time I read a book or watch a movie or listen to some sort of experience about World War II, I ask myself this question: would I have been one that would have helped? Would I have put myself at risk to help the Jewish people, those that were being persecuted? Would I have helped? And I think when I was younger, I would have said, absolutely, I would have died to help people. I just felt strongly that I would have helped. And yet, now that I'm a mom, there's a part of me that thinks, I'm not sure I would have put my own kids at risk to help other people. And that makes me so sad to think that my character and my courage would have waned. And yet there's a part of that that's, realistic, of like, when you're a mom, your heart is like in the people, like walking outside of your body. So it's, anyway, that's just been a question that has always haunted me. And because I've been so captivated by that particular war and that piece of history, I really have always wanted to get to a concentration camp. I felt that inner urge, longing, to honor the people that lived that experience by at least going and sitting in that devastation myself. And so getting to see Dachau, I'm not sure how we would say it, but it was so hard. I walked the grounds alone. There was a small group of us that went, and I couldn't be with anyone else. I just had to do that alone, experience that. At one point during the roll call area outside of the barracks, and if you've read anything about World War II, you know that every morning they would do roll call, and they would have to come out, and if their knees buckled or if they were too weak, they just would be shot and killed. And so I remember seeing that area for the first time in September, and I doubled over, and it was one of those, you put your hand over your mouth, like, to see it. I can't describe it. And I don't know, I'm a visual learner. That's just how I am. And so actually seeing it with my own eyes instead of just reading about it was just extremely powerful. So you can read below what I started. I feel like it's a first draft because I don't know how to put words to it. I can't imagine having been in that experience. I can't even fathom the evil that happened there, the horrors, and the resilience of the people. It's both, in the worst, you see also amazing courage. And so anyway, I'm kind of stumbling here with words too, because it was just such a profound experience. I think for me, when we first got there, seeing the little platform that was left and the train tracks, knowing that that's the train, where the train would pull in, and the Jewish people would be herded off of that train, really not knowing what was coming, having just been through the horrific experience of even getting there. That was just hard to describe. The level of evil, the horror, the fear, all of the emotions tied up in that one little visual of that platform of decaying cement and the train tracks that led in to the station. So the whole thing, maybe I'll talk more about it, but the whole thing was just profoundly moving. I just can't imagine. So I leave you with that. Sorry, it's a bit of a downer, but I just have been wanting to write about that. So I attempted to start that process here in this newsletter. I'll be putting a post on my blog at some point in the coming weeks about that experience where I'll be able to share some of the pictures. I was having trouble getting those in this newsletter without just like spending tons of time trying to resize all the photos. So it just wasn't worth the time this week. But I will do that because the pictures are quite powerful. The barbed wire you see below was a section of the barbed wire that was right before the prisoners would be taken to the execution area, to the crematorium, to the gas chambers. So I stood there just kind of holding that barbed wire and seeing the guard tower in the distance, and that particular corner of Dachau, when you're standing there where the barbed wire was, you could look back and see the whole camp. And just the magnitude of loss. 200,000 prisoners went through those doors. 41,500 died. That's horrific. So anyway, I still am left with the question, would I have helped? And I'll never know. I want to hope that I would have helped. And I think that's maybe why there's a piece of me that is so moved toward the refugees in our world and helping however I can here in America, because they're on a similar journey of persecution, a lot of them. And so that's, I think, a piece where we can do our part now to help others and to have empathy and compassion and just doing our part. So anyway, I have rambled this Friday. These are not normally this long. I hope this even uploads. So we'll see. I hope you have a really good weekend. I hope you just are able to do a little bit of relaxing, a little bit of resting, loving on your people. And I hope you have a great day.